Okay, so ignore my troll like really bad lighting video. But Tori posted hers, so I feel like I need to post mine as a fellow Claire lover. Um Claire with the C, not with the K. K. The I don't know. Anyways, um the reason I love Claire so much is because my life and Claire's life have been very similar, and only like two people know exactly how similar. But if you knew my life and then you'd be like, seriously, did they follow her life? It's really creepy and I absolutely adore her. I think from the very minute I'm a younger sister, first of all. And my sister was almost exactly like Darcy, only instead of cheerleading and that kind of thing, my sister was very popular with sports and music, and everybody loved her, everybody knew her. So when I came into high school, people would be like, "Oh, you're Bella's little sister? That's so awesome. I loved her." And I'm like, "Yeah, hi, I'm my own person." Like, "Oh my gosh, you're gonna be exactly like your sister?" And I'm like, no, actually, I'm my own person. So I totally related to her. And honestly, I'm a bratty little sister too. So when she was a brat to Darcy, who I did not like, I was like, yes, I love you, Claire. And I kind of lost interest after JT died too, which is really kind of creepy when Tori said that because I just felt like I got into Degrassi after Roswell ended. And they killed off my favorite character in Roswell. That's exactly like JT. And then they kill off JT. And I'm like, why are you doing this to me? So I kind of stopped watching the show, and then I kind of picked up into it at the end of season 7 when Darcy was all like, the promo for Teaneck was like, Darcy's still not dealing. I'm like, what is she not dealing with? And then I saw her with Peter, and I'm like, wait, when did she get with Peter? Wasn't she with Spinner? Like, I didn't get it. So, or was she going to get back together with Spinner? I don't know. So I caught up, and I finished season 7, and I'm like, it's okay. I'm not like thrilled with it. I'm like, I think I'm just gonna give up on Degrassi. Then the promo for season 8 came. First promo I saw for season 8 was Claire walking around the school, and her first thing that comes out of her mouth is, "It's so hard starting high school in your older sister's shadow." I'm like, amen. Preach it, Claire. Preach it. Preach it. And so I related to that completely because it is really hard to start high school in your older sister's shadow. And she's just adorable in every possible way. And Casey and her honestly were like my favorite couple, and they're still one of my favorite couples. And I hate when people are hating on her because she's not friends with. She didn't forgive Allie, but you guys, the writers will never win with you. They make Katie forgive Marisol right away for being a total biatch. And you guys are like, that's horrible, blah, blah, blah. She did this, she did that, blah, blah, blah. You shouldn't have forgiven her. And then Claire doesn't forgive Allie, and then you all turn on Claire. I would hate to be a Degrassi writer because I'm like, seriously, how the flip can we win? You guys will never be happy. If they made Katie hate Marisol, you would have been bitching about Marisol. You guys have been friends forever. Chicks before dicks. And then you're doing the same. Like, shut up, first of all. You guys are all annoying me because you're double standard. I'm not even going to get into the double standard in this fandom. But you know, how many times did Manny and Emma fight? How many times did Manny and Emma stop being friends? How many times did they just go their separate ways for a while? A lot. And they ended the show as best friends. Okay? They've liked the same guy. It was bound to happen at some time. Like, this entire time Allie and Claire have been on Degrassi, neither one of them has liked the other one's boyfriend. Claire's never liked Johnny, Dave, Drew. Allie's never really liked Casey, Eli. I don't think she likes Jake. I think she was just in a vulnerable situation. Jake was vulnerable and it just happened. I don't think she likes Jake. But so it was bound to happen at some point that we're going to end up liking the same guy. And honestly, I don't see it. I think she was kind of harsh on Allie, but then again, Allie's been harsh on Claire too. And you know for a fact, you know that Allie would not have forgiven Claire if Claire had done the same thing. Because look how much she hated Bianca for doing that, for hooking up with Drew. Yes, they were together, but still. And now imagine that being your best friend. hooking up with someone you were still in love with. And you told them 24 hours earlier you were still in love with them, but you know you have to move on, but it's going to be hard as hell. Seriously? Shut up. Do I think Jake and Claire are going to end up together? Heck no. A, because their parents are going to get married, and you know Degrassi, he's going to either cheat on her, things are going to get too intense, and he's going to bail, or she's going to bail. Most likely he is. Or her mom's going to have a baby, and they don't feel like explaining that to the siblings, so they're like, we're done, okay? We're just done. Do I think that Claire's a horrible person for not forgiving Allie? Heck no. Because I feel like Claire has forgiven way too many people, and she forgave Casey and he used her again. She forgave Jenna, and it seems like, as far as it seems, Jenna's going to be hanging out with Jake. So Claire's going to obviously, if they're still together, going to assume that Jenna's going to go after Jake. Whether Jenna wants Jake or not, I don't even know at this point. I don't even care. So, like, people backstabbed her. She trusted Jenna. Jenna screwed her over. She trusted Eli. Eli was an asshole to her. You know, and do I think she's a bad person for leaving Eli? No. Why? She was scared out of her mind. Now, I think that Claire will always. I love Casey and Claire, and I love Jake and Claire bet more than Eli and Claire, but I always think Claire will love Eli most because she connects with him not just on an emotional level but or a physical level, but all aspects for a long time were good for them, you know. And it was her first serious relationship. I don't consider Casey a serious relationship because they really weren't together for that long. They maybe were together for a couple months, but it really wasn't that like it was her first relationship, so she wasn't like comfortable with who she was, kind of, you know what I mean? So I don't see her as a bad person, personally. And I don't think she'll ever get back together with Eli just because I don't know. Like Aislinn said it yesterday, like I don't know if Claire can just forget what happened. I mean, it's not like Casey after Casey broke up with her, he used her for one test and then he basically has ignored her. So they could be friends again and then become dating. But Claire's always in the back of her mind, always gonna worry if Eli's gonna lose it. I'm sorry, she's always gonna worry that Eli's gonna lose his mind again. She might worry the same thing about Casey, that Casey will go after another girl. Who knows? But it's gonna be prevalent in her mind that Casey, wow, that Eli could lose his mind again at any moment. He could stop taking his medication, thinking he's better. I think Eli's freakout days are over. I'm hoping because in Nowhere to Run, he kind of reminded me of Wilder, and I'm like, if he's like Wilder, I will love him. But I think his freakout days are over, but Claire's in the back of her mind that's always going to be there. Is he going to freak out if I want to go hang out with Allie? Is he going to freak out? I'm living with my ex-boyfriend currently. Is he going to freak out? If I feel like if we're friends again and I want to watch a movie with Jake, is he going to freak out? Is he going to lose it when I start, if I want to go, have a girls' night and he's going to freak out because I don't feel like spending every freaking minute with him or, you know what I mean? She's always going to worry that in the back of her mind is going to be there. And if she can move past that, I doubt they're going to last anyways because Eli's graduating. Monroe Chambers is way too talented to stick around Degrassi another season and become like Spinner, just doing nothing, just in the background. Because if he sticks around, or if he sticks around, they're going to do like a Spinner and Jane, and either Claire's going to cheat on Eli, or Eli's going to cheat on Claire, or they're just going to grow so far apart, Claire's just going to dump him. Or it's going to end up like Declan and Holly J. The distance is going to be way too hard, and they're just going to break up. Either way, they're not going to last forever. I honestly think Claire needs to just end up like Holly J. Alone, graduating, happy, has a career, have a plan, gonna go to college. Maybe she moves to a college. Her college is in, the same town where Eli is, or she ends up going to the same college as Eli and doesn't know it. And Casey gets accepted to a college that's like 10 minutes away, and Jake is doing a big construction project with his dad. And she's in the town with all three of them, and then that's how they leave off, and we have to speculate. Who knows? It's Degrassi. Oh, and one more quick thing. I've never called Eli and Claire fans losers. I think the couple is stupid, and I think Eli's a douchebag, but I would never call you stupid. So whoever posted the cake shippers are stupid can suck my non-existent. And I'm done. Bye. I love you guys. I love you, Tori. You number one, Tori. Number one.